When the badge turns silent, the body cam speaks. Citizen rights violated.
Today's body cam footage comes from Crime Badge. Check the link below, subscribe to his channel, and give him credit for the footage. In this episode, Alan Norman leaves a shop when officers suddenly block his way, claiming he gave them evils. That minor excuse quickly turns into an unfounded accusation of shoplifting. Without any real evidence, they search him under Section 1 of PACE, but Alan stands his ground. With Crime Badge's help, who takes his case forward, he wins a large payout from the City of London Police. Still, even after the legal win, the case takes a shocking turn, making this episode one of the most intense we've shared.
Okay, let's put it this way.
Put it any way you like.
You've been giving us evils as you walk past our van. You got into Boots.
Yeah.
You're feeling about with a lot of stuff and coming out again.
I don't know what you're talking about evil.
Why are you being so cagey?
Am I obliged to answer your questions?
The fact is, you're very cagey right from the start, mate. And
Listen,
the fact that
don't
you're
give me a police nonsense.
All right, okay.
Cagey. What grounds can I?
Well, I'll tell you what.
Yeah. What power and authority are you acting under at this time?
I'm going to search you on the Section 1 of PACE.
What are your grounds? Hold on.
Buddy. I told you. Listen to me.
On what grounds?
Okay. Listen.
You tell me
listen.
what grounds.
Okay. If you listen
tell
to
me what grounds.
Listen to me.
I'm listening.
All right, I'm going to search you
You are
on the
depriving
Section 1
me
of
of my
PACE.
liberty and freedom. Article 5 of the European Convention of Human Rights.
We're going to handcuff you for a minute.
For what reason?
Right.
Hey, what grounds?
Give me a second.
What grounds?
Just give us a second.
I want grounds.
Listen, we'll explain all that in a second. So at this moment in time,
Hey,
listen,
relax.
Listen,
you relax.
You
relax.
Sir, just listen to me.
Yeah,
right?
I'm listening.
Okay. So at this moment, you've been detained for the purpose of search.
On what grounds?
And that's what we're going to
If you give me a
chance, I'll explain it. So
you should have explained it before you did this.
Stopping a man just because he supposedly gave evils or looked suspicious is a very weak reason to detain and search someone. This isn't legal grounds by any standard. The officers are letting their personal feelings act as suspicion. If that were enough, anyone walking with a neutral or annoyed expression could be stopped. That's not policing, it's profiling. Even worse, when Alan asks them to explain the legal reason for the search, which he has the right to do, they ignore him and say they'll tell him later. That's not just bad practice, it breaks the PACE code. Officers are supposed to explain why they're searching someone before they do it. Delaying this step removes the only protection the public has to know if a search is fair or arbitrary.
Okay, just bear with us, because we want to explain that to you.
Right.
So let my colleague explain what he needs to explain.
Okay.
However, it's really important that you don't interrupt him and let him finish.
I'm going to let him finish.
But one thing I just want to add is at this moment in time, you're obviously detained. Well, explain why you're detained.
You should have done that before. No.
No.
Human rights, it's very clear.
Can I explain something to you? We're entitled and able to say you are detained for the purpose of search.
Under
which is
what
what we've
grounds?
done, and that's what we're about to explain.
Okay, tell me.
Okay.
Don't use any cagey nonsense.
I'm not going to say cagey.
I will remind you.
Be quiet for a minute, I'll explain it.
And obviously we've used force temporarily due to your demeanour. And you've got handcuffs on you, okay? Until the search is completed,
right, well,
I
don't consent.
You're free to leave.
I do not consent
I appreciate that.
to any searches or seizures.
Doesn't matter about consent.
Oh, it does, because you have no grounds here.
Unfortunately, you don't have to. Okay. Right.
Thank you.
My colleagues to explain everything.
Right, are you filming this?
Yes.
Right, well, I'll be doing an accessory.
I completely understand. And you're entitled to do that.
I will do that.
After handcuffing Alan, the officer tries to justify using force by pointing to Alan's attitude. That's not a legal reason, it's just an excuse to make the situation worse. Alan wasn't resisting, threatening, or violent. He was vocal because his rights were being violated. Standing up for yourself during an unlawful stop doesn't make you a threat, it shows you know your rights. It's worrying when officers mistake frustration for aggression. The officer basically punished Alan for reacting naturally to an unfair situation, as if the only acceptable response to being wrongly detained is staying silent. This flips the responsibility. Instead of officers being held accountable for their actions, the citizen is expected to stay calm while their rights are ignored.
Colleagues to explain everything you need to know.
Explain it.
All right.
Right, explain it.
So we've seen you come past the van, as I said.
Right, thank you. I'm coming down the road, minding my business.
Yeah, listen, let me explain.
Yeah.
Giving us evils, you're going to the shop.
What's evils anyway?
Right, listen.
Can you go to the CPS with I was giving him evils?
You can actually.
Can you?
Yeah.
And what would that amount to?
Do you want to let me explain the grounds then?
Carry on.
Okay. You go into the shop, you see him fiddling around.
Fiddling around?
Yeah.
I went in there for to do my business.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you from my point of view, fella.
I don't want your point of view unless it adds up
my
to
point
grounds.
of view is very,
Gives
very
you the
important.
authority to detain me.
Yeah.
Can I explain to me? Okay.
You seem to be the sensible one here.
We're both very sensible.
Okay.
My colleague is a
You
very
don't
good
told me.
officer,
You
right?
don't need to do that.
So first of all, do you mind if I grab a first name from you?
Like I said, I won't be providing any details.
Right.
There is no search outside Schedule 7 of the Terrorism Act that gives me the authority, or you the authority, to ask me
Listen,
to give
you're
you
asking a lot of questions. I'm trying my best to answer them,
Okay.
right?
At the start, Alan made it clear he wasn't going to give his details, a right he has, especially since no valid reason for the stop existed. Yet the officer comes back, asking again as if Alan never said no. This isn't just repetitive, it's deliberate. Repeating the demand for ID after an unlawful detention is a way to pressure someone, hoping they give in out of frustration or confusion. It also shows a deeper problem. The officer either didn't listen, which is careless, or he ignored Alan on purpose to push the situation further. Either way, it shows how some officers treat their power as permission rather than responsibility.
If we reasonably suspect somebody is committing an offence or
On
anything
what
in relation
grounds, sir?
to certain
Reasonable grounds.
So as my colleague trying to explain to you, we have detained for the purpose of search. The grounds are in which, when you've walked down this road, you have been eyeballing our vehicle, you've been staring at us, and in our opinion, you seem to be paying a lot of attention to police.
Sir, your opinion doesn't add up.
When you've
Can you send your opinion
like I said,
to the
I'm going to continue
CPS?
talking. When you've gone into the shop, again, you've appeared to be very... You're sort of wandering around, and almost as if you're potentially up to no good.
I was putting this on.
And that's fair enough. That's fair enough. I'm talking about our perception.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So that's one of the grounds why we've stopped you.
You don't have grounds.
You've come out after looking slightly suspicious, and we've perhaps thought, are you shoplifting? We're not sure.
Feelings and thoughts.
Again, our suspicions are up here.
Yeah.
We've come and spoke to you. You've been very anti-police. You're not willing to engage.
No. What I've done is I've exercised my absolute right.
You don't want to give any names.
My absolute right. I am not obliged to give you any details under any search power outside Schedule 7 of the Terrorism Act.
Quite simply to see if you've got anything on you that might be to do with shoplifting,
so we got feelings,
stealing,
and
or
just
if
let's have a look.
with you to commit a theft, all right?
The officer claimed Alan was fidgeting in the shop and suggested it might mean he was trying to shoplift. But Alan immediately explained he was just putting on his mask. That should have ended any suspicion, especially since wearing masks is normal these days. Instead of accepting this reasonable explanation, the officer relied on his own perception, saying, "From our perception, it could be shoplifting." This is dangerous, turning vague, harmless behavior into a reason for detention based only on assumption. The law doesn't allow officers to act on gut feelings alone. Under Section 1 of PACE, reasonable suspicion requires objective evidence, not guesswork. Fidgeting isn't a crime. Wearing a mask isn't a crime. Walking into a shop while doing either is definitely not shoplifting.
So this is PT 360
listen, so you don't have to hold that hard. You don't have to do it.
Because of your mannerism.
Right, just relax.
I'm relaxed.
My mannerism.
This
is an unlawful detention by Section 5 of the Human Rights Act.
Of the Police and Criminal Evidence Act.
You've got no grounds. You have no grounds.
But you're trying to
You gave
argue,
me your feelings.
We're going to reiterate you're detained. All right.
You gave me your feelings. That's all.
Can I speak to one of you a minute?
Yeah.
You gave me your feelings, and that was all. Who's the OIC here? Wait, are you the OIC? Are you the OIC here?
Can you hold that?
Sergeant, thank you. Maybe get some reason here. Sir, I'm being detained without grounds, and I'm being searched without grounds, except his feelings and his thoughts. And by the Human Rights Act, Section 5, this is an unlawful detention.
Have the officers given you the details of why?
They gave me their grounds. He gave me his feelings and he gave me his thoughts. I didn't give any grounds.
We have given grounds.
He gave me his feelings.
Listen, I'm going to do you a little favour. It's all on body worn anyway.
Right, good. I'll be getting that access information request.
Listen, maybe if you ask the officers to repeat them, they'll repeat them for you.
Okay, well, let's have it in. Can you repeat it before you carry on?
Can I put this back in your pocket first?
Because,
sir, I am being detained unlawfully. My human right is being contravened here. Section 5. Not section, Article 5.
Article 5, yeah.
Yeah, okay, Article.
I understand all of what you're saying, but let the officer explain again.
Okay, are you listening?
I'm listening.
Sergeant, because I'm relying on you to be impartial here.
I'm listening.
Right, fine. Can you give me your...
Can I put these back in your pocket first?
You can do. It's up to you.
Right.
Right, okay, lady, you can relax, okay? You can relax. I'm not running anywhere. I'm an old fart. There's about how many of you? You can relax. You can relax.
I am relaxed.
No, you are not. Anyone filming this?
We're filming it, don't worry.
Search. I didn't hear the ground.
No, can you give him the grounds?
I have said...
He hasn't got on.
Are you going to listen
read
to
his
me?
face.
While you're shouting at me, I can't hear a thing. So maybe let him repeat his grounds.
What? Can you repeat them?
Yes, we see
Let
you...
him say the whole thing and don't interfere.
I'll say nothing.
To your mask.
You're not listening, are you? You're talking
Right,
to me.
okay,
I'm listening, and
all right,
it's all
okay.
being recorded.
All right, okay.
You've appeared to be concealing yourself in the shop whilst you appear to be filling about with things, okay? We've come over to have a chat with you, and straight away you've been very, very anti, trying to get a word, not letting us get a word in edgeways. You're extremely nervous. Your breathing rate's up there. Okay? We think we've got something to hide.
Right.
Okay, we suspect you might have been involved in something in the shop, and therefore we're searching on the Section 1 page for any stolen items.
Right,
okay?
The moment the sergeant steps in and asks the officer to repeat his reasons, the officer quickly drops the giving us evils excuse. Why? Because even he knows it sounds ridiculous in front of a ranking officer. Instead, he points to shaky behavior like fidgeting and rapid breathing, trying to make it seem suspicious. But let's be clear. Having a faster heartbeat or looking nervous when being confronted by police for doing nothing is completely normal. It's not a reason for suspicion, it's human nature. The fact that the officer changed his story in front of the sergeant shows he never really believed his first excuse. It was a weak attempt to assert authority, and now he's just trying to cover it up.
I was fiddling around in the shop, and I am nervous. I am neither excitable nor am I highly strung. There is no grounds here at all, none.
Can I take his cuffs off now?
You can do.
Okay.
You should have taken them off 5 minutes ago.
Well, not while you're behaving the way you are.
Listen, sir, I am being denied my liberty and freedom, my right to locomotion, because this lot have had a little feeling in their tummy that something went on. For the record, I will not be providing any details.
Okay, well, you haven't got to. No one's asked you to.
He did, and he did.
They've asked you for them and you've refused them, and that's fine.
Well, why would they ask me when it's going to say on your ticket that you're going to give me that I'm not obliged to?
Well, we can't give you anything because we don't know who to give it to.
You just searched me, you just detained me. I want a slip.
Listen, Bishopsgate Police Station, which is where we're from, you can go to Bishopsgate Police and there will be a record made of it. However, we can't. You're not giving us any details, so we can't send you anything, can we?
No, sir, it says on the slip, I'm not obliged to provide any details.
Not. But if you want us to give you some details of it, we can't give them to you. We can't do it right now.
Right.
Listen. So you can come to the police station, give us a day or so to get them all on the system, then you can come and collect a copy.
Sure.
You can say the date, time, place,
right.
Constable Minavie.
Right, I've got his number, and you.
Yep.
And you. I've got it, don't worry, I've got a photographic memory. And you.
So, I'm telling you, Bishopsgate Police Station, my colleague will give you the address.
I'm taking your details, you're the OIC here.
Well, I'm the sergeant, I'm not IC. I've not had anything to do with this search as such, because I wasn't here for when the grounds were given. It's repeated. I've come over because you seem quite excitable, and I just wanted
so let's not, let's not start splitting hairs with terms. I know them.
You're not going to
I've paid close attention to all your codes of practice. I know.
Good, okay, well, you haven't repeated any of them yet. So
well, what one do you want to know? Section 1? Yeah. Stolen or prohibited articles. 1984, revised in 2015, but you have to have grounds.
Yeah,
you have to have known.
The officer gave you
grounds. He gave me his feelings. And he gave me grounds.
What are grounds based on?
Facts, information, intelligence.
What he has seen.
It's not what he's seen.
What did you see?
Well, what did he see?
I told you what I saw.
Oh, you're talking nonsense. All right, listen, am I being detained?
No, you can.
I'm free to
go. See you later.
Thank you, I've been detained. Excuse me, please. Right, no nonsense.
All right, okay, well, again, this is a bit...
Yeah, thank you anyway.
Just confirm nothing's actually been taken since the
It's all right. Information access request. I'll be taking civil action against you and you.
All right.
Alan Norman stood his ground when officers unlawfully stopped and searched him, fully aware that his rights were being ignored. He was determined to hold the officers accountable, and he succeeded. The City of London Police eventually admitted they were at fault, stating that the stop and search was not reasonable and issued a full apology. Alan was awarded £8,500 in compensation, a clear acknowledgement that the officers were wrong. Tragically, Alan didn't live to see justice fully served. Before receiving the payment, he passed away from a heart attack. His fight wasn't just about money, it was about principle. His determination exposed another example of abuse of power and left a lasting mark. The episode began simply. Alan walked out of a shop when officers surrounded him, claiming he was giving evils, a vague and meaningless accusation that triggered a chain of rights violations. Instead of having real grounds, the officers relied on weak excuses, fidgeting, walking quickly, or heavy breathing, all normal reactions when someone is cornered by police without reason. Alan calmly asked for lawful grounds at every step, but the officers could provide none. They handcuffed him anyway, turning a baseless stop into a humiliating ordeal. The City of London police eventually admitted that the stop and search had no legal basis. In their apology, they confirmed the officers' actions were not objectively reasonable. The £8,500 compensation publicly recognized that Alan's rights had been violated. Alan Norman wasn't an auditor or a public figure. He was an ordinary man with a strong sense of justice. Treated unfairly, he remained dignified, principled, and resolute to the very end. His story reminds us of the emotional toll of such encounters and the importance of standing up for one's rights. Alan's courage matters, and his voice will not be forgotten. Rest in peace, Alan.